So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achan. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. They'll send a tight end in motion right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. Down the right sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Chiefs. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry, what an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
The PAT, up and good. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. It's the Chiefs on top. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here. 1st and 10. To the air is Manning. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will get into the end zone. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Kansas City. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will take a 14-6 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. You couldn't ask for a better turn in momentum. Not only did they score, Greg, but then they kick it off, and they scored again.
Well, how many times, Mike, do you hear teams talking about the double dip, right? You go in before the half, you score, you come out of the break, and you score again. They were able to do a double dip without ever having to go to the halftime break. I mean, back-to-back chances to score before the opposing offense even has a chance to take the field.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll grab it at the 12. And he'll be taken down as the next drive will begin there.
Waste of time.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Build that momentum, offense.
Here's Manning. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Looking to throw is Manning. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
On 3rd down, it's Manning. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
New England going to take their 2nd timeout. So on 4th down, on comes Michael Dixon to punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Now fair catch called for and taken. And that sets them up in outstanding field position. On 1st and 10, it's Achak. Space hard to come by there. Tackle made right around the 40-yard line. He'll drop to throw. He finds Devontae Smith. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And he'll take it on in. Devontae Smith, touchdown KC. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
And that one bangs off the right upright. Does not go in. It's no good. And they're unable to add the point after. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Great coverage there by the kick team. He's down inside the 10-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Manning. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Back to throw is Manning. This one intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one, and it'll be 2nd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd down.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Now, faking the give. He's going to look for the home run ball.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Back to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we reach halftime, and the visitors, the Chiefs, out on top as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically. It's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Manning. This one downfield for Kincaid. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Now Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
Showtime! Let's get going, baby! Ready, set, cowboy 80! Here we go! Let's go, baby! Let's do this! Come on! See points at the end of this drive!
To throw, it's Manning. And that is incomplete.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Chidobe Awuzie. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They'll run this one straight ahead with Achan. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. One of the tight ends motions right. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw. But we try to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And the Patriots will take over at their own 15.
Just think back to a few plays ago, Mike. This offense is finding themselves entering the red zone. It looked like we're about to see a touchdown, but that's how fast things can change in this game. The defense finds themselves with their back against the wall, coming up with a huge 4th down stop. Not only do they keep points off the board, but it's nicer to do it when you come off with the ball in your hand.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. That's caught! And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this only to about the 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, it's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 2.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And this is going nowhere. He's going backwards to the 4-yard line. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. 3rd down and 9. They'll run right here. It's Achane. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the 1st down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle him short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.